Max Fried brings it. Luke Weaver brings it. Devin Williams brings it. Paul Goldschmidt brings it. Aaron Judge brings it. What does that mean? What does that translate? Yankees win. 3-0 over the Tampa Bay Rays. They play good baseball. This is a good win. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Max Fried is 6-0 now. So with a 1.01 ERA. 7 innings of 1 hit ball, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 92 pitches. Devin Williams came in with a clean inning, a perfect inning, 1 strikeout. Luke Weaver came in with a perfect inning, 2 strikeouts. Devin Williams had 8 pitches. Luke Weaver had 11. Guys were all but efficient. Offensively, Trent Grisham 0 for 4. Aaron Judge 2 for 4. He's batting .430, Aaron Judge. Okay, .430, which is freaking crazy. With a triple today, or legged out a triple. Ben Rice 1 for 4. Paul Goldschmidt 2 for 4, who's batting .361. Cody Bellinger 0 for 4, under the Mendoza line again. You need him to get rolling. Anthony Volpe 1 for 3, batting .239. Austin Wells 0 for 3. Oswaldo Cabrera 0 for 3. Yorbit Vivas was 0 for 1, but he had 2 walks. So, and some good plays in the infield as well. So, and that's pretty much the offense across the board for the Yankees. And that's all they needed against the Tampa Bay Rays, the pesky Tampa Bay Rays. Shout out to everybody. Consul Yeti, thank you so much, my man. The Prime Minister of Texas right there. We got the King in here too, David Buckeye. Buckeye Souls in the place too. The Consul Yeti and the Buckeye. The 2 Twin Towers of Texas in the building at the same time. The Twin Towers of Texas. TTT. Triple T, baby. Unbelievable. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Now, across the board in baseball, let's go around the horn here. The Reds are up 5-1 on the Nationals in the 6th. The Padres are up 5-3 on the Pirates in the 5th. The Blue Jays are up 5-3 on the Guardians in the 9th. The Red Sox are up 6-1 in the 9th over the Twins. The Mariners are up 8-0 over the Rangers in the 5th. Cubs up 9-0 over the Brewers in the 5th. The Mets are now up 4-3 over the Cardinals. They were just down to 3-2 in the bottom of the 5th. No score, Tigers Angels in the 2nd. Dodgers are up 2-1 on the Braves, but it is delayed. How long? I don't know. When they're in the game, I'm not sure. Red Sox 6-1 over the Twins. The A's 6-1 over the Marlins. The Orioles 3-0 over the Royals. We won 3-0. And then the Phillies are 3-2 over the Diamondbacks. And yet to play is the Rockies and the Giants. They start at 10-15. So that's around the horn right now. Around the horn. And again, all the moves that have happened, right? All the moves that have happened the last couple of days. Jazz going on the IL. It's a 10-day IL, but they're saying, and even Aaron Boone confirmed he's going to be out for a while. The consensus is he's going to be about 4 to 6 weeks. So expect to see quite a bit of Yorbit Vivas here. Yo, and if he's in the place. What's up, brother? Yeah. And again, we played some small ball today, which was good. Played small ball. We played Vivas, draw 2 walks. He had a good eye. He struck out the first time on some high heat, though. Pepe was throwing some pretty good gas. So, but they won. That's all that matters. That really is all that matters. And what's the other what else happened to you? If you haven't heard, Clayton Beater, his rehab has been bumped up from AA to AAA. He's 1 step away now. And the fact of the matter is, I'm talking to Ken, talking to Joe, talking to NFE about this stuff, and talking to some other folks as well. You got to fire Boone and Cashman for only 2 hits, Buckeye. You know that. It's just, that's the way it has to be. right? And yeah, first place for the Yankees, 19-3, 19-13, man. Heck yeah. The Rays are 3-51 versus for 3-51. Yeah, pretty much. Good. um, there is a 13-man pitcher limit in this 26-man roster, right? And there's also a time frame that's associated with it too. After September 1st, you can add more pitchers. I'm still of the opinion that but I'm glad that Vivas is here and playing. But if Jazz Chisholm's going to miss some time, I would like to get an arm up here. But the problem is if you bring up an arm, you have to send down an arm. So because of the limits in pitchers, which I don't necessarily agree with, particularly now since we're not getting length from Cookie Carrasco, we're not getting length from Will Warren. So it's our bullpen is being used rather aggressively, right? So I wish that were not the case. Now, this is something that I would be invite a conversation in the next CBA with some flexibility. Maybe we can push that date forward a little bit, right? Give the team some flexibility. Because what's crazy about it to me is this 13 pitcher minimum, but then you talk about 13 pitcher maximum, but then there's a 3 batter minimum for relievers. So they're being used differently, and the 3 batter minimum has been a couple days, a couple years now, right? But that said, it's easier to run through pitchers that way. It is easier to run through pitchers. So I wish it was a way that you can do it without blowing through people's options. But it's not the case right now, unfortunately, which I wish it was. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm really curious to see what you guys and gals think about this too. Beagle's in the place. Beagle the Beagle. Brandon Moore. Transparency Project is in the building too. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be a good. I just think it would be a good idea. I wish they weren't hamstrung with that stuff. And I wish options weren't tied into this stuff. I wish you didn't have a limited amount of options that you had to deal with. Otherwise, you had to get rid of somebody once you run out of options. Which sucks. They can't option. What do you call it? Oswald Peraza. I'm gonna have to put him on. BFM will put him on waivers like they did with Yoendris Gomez, and he was claimed immediately by the Dodgers. So, yeah, Petruzzi, Sunil's in the building too. Jacob, what's going on, man? But what are your thoughts on this, gang? Do you have any opinions on this? Schlittler's working his way up, but Alan Winans I think is closer than Schlittler. Schlittler's still in Double-A. Winans is in Triple-A. So, Fried is just ridiculous right now. He's fitting this team like a glove, and he's just adopted that number one starter role to full effect, which I love, which I absolutely love. So, yeah, but the hitting was timely today, Beagle. It was timely. What's crazy too? This is as of 2 days ago or yesterday, and I shared this with them at feed too. These are the MLB team offensive leaders for hitting. Okay, number one batting average, Yankees. Number two, the Cubs. Runs scored, number one Cubs, number two the Yankees. Home runs, number one Yankees, number two Dodgers, number three Cubs. On base percentage, number one Yankees. This is without Juan Soto and his super high on base percentage. Slugging percentage, number one Yankees. This is without Giancarlo Stanton and his slugging percentage. So the only where the Yankees are below the halfway mark is stolen bases, and they're ranked 19th. But offensively, they are putting out stuff right now. And they're doing this stuff, again, without Soto, without Judge. Without Stanton. That's pretty impressive. Pretty darn impressive. So, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Stanton and DJ, man. And I'll say this again. I like those guys, and I love Stanton, but if they're gonna come up here, but they're not gonna be better than what's already up here, then I don't want them up here. I understand they're on big contracts and blah blah blah. I get it, But the fact of the matter is, whether they're up here or not up here, the Yankees are still paying their contracts. Okay, so if they're going to be up here and not produce, and the Yankees have to pay that contract for no production, I'd rather them stay down. Yankees play one of the kids with better production and still pay the contract. Right, so they're paying the contract regardless. So I want the Yankees to be in a better position here. I want the return on investment offensively to be in favor of the Yankees, right? So, and that's how I would go about doing it. But again, I don't work for the Yankees. They don't pay me for this stuff. So, but to me, that's common sense. Cam Schlittler, he's not closer than Winans. He's not closer than Winans, but he's working his way there. Yep. But we have Luis Hill slowly working his way back. We have some and Clayton Beater working his way back, but we'll see. If they bump him up, they bump him up. Yeah, I mean, Beater's rehab has been bumped up to AAA, so he's right around the corner. I know a lot of people think he's done, but they're giving him the benefit of the doubt, and he is with the exception of his cortisone shot, which just got in his hip on Monday, he is batting .600 in his rehab. So, but again, that's the lower part of the minors. He's in AA right now. Okay, he's batting in front of Spencer Jones. He was batting in front of Spencer Jones tonight. He's back in there tonight. Oh. Tristan Cassis is injured, really? Oh boy. Well, another non-Yankee news: the Rangers optioned Jake Berger, a right-handed hitting infield. He plays third base and first base with serious power. Is he a guy that the Yankees will consider bringing in as a right-handed hitter for third base? Because they can get him on the cheap, and he has 3 years of arbitration left before free agency, so he won't cost $17 million a year like a Nolan Arenado would. He won't cost half the farm. So maybe that's the guy the Yankees take a flyer on. I don't know, but it's a guy I would keep an eye out for, because I even talked about him this past offseason before the Marlins traded him to the Texas Rangers. I can't believe they did. Well, he wasn't not hitting the cover off the ball right now, so that's one of the reasons why they optioned him out. So I don't see any. You don't bring Spencer Jones Lombard's not coming up this year, so I don't know why people even talking about this. He's not even in AA yet. Okay, no, yeah. Let the kid develop. Bregman's I've said this repeatedly. He's a perfect fit for Fenway Park. Bregman. He's got almost a 400 batting average at Fenway Park. He batted under 200 in Yankee Stadium. So why people wanted him to come to the Yankees is beyond me. His stats just don't fit here. He doesn't hit well in Yankee Stadium, but he hits extremely well at Fenway Park. And he's just they reconnected him with Cora, and they have the the D-bag connection together. So perfect fit. Yeah, Bill. I mean, I keep pitching the Judge. So keep hitting them. It doesn't matter what his career ERA is, Pennsylvania Temperance. What's his ERA right now? Big fat 0. Big fat 0. And you need to be. What? We'll see what happens. Either one. I mean, they're paying him $15 million a year, whether he comes up or not. I just want whoever's going to produce better at third base. That's who I want, because they're still paying DJ's contract. So if it's Berger's better, I want Berger there. If it's DJ, I want DJ. If it's Oswaldo, I want Oswaldo there. Whoever's going to play better at third base, that's who I want. Because it really doesn't matter, right? They're paying his contract no matter what. It's fully guaranteed baseball, just like Stanton. Mm-hmm. Rafael Devers, yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. But there was that whole chatter between him and Bregman and blah, blah, blah. But I think once the Yankees pitchers come back, Peraza is going to be Gone. The Yankees have several pitchers on their way back, and they're going to need to clear roster spots. But then that goes back into carrying 13 pitchers max, too. So, no, I don't miss Andujar. Could be Rays. Could be. I mean, Rays and Peraza are likely going to be gone. Yeah, you can't. They're not going to do by chance. And he's got to be clutch in the minors before he's clutch in the majors. So, yeah, he's going to have to earn that call up. At this point, he's got to earn it. We could get Clutch Burger too, for all we know. It's a risk the Yankees they're either willing to take or they're not willing to take. Right? So, yeah, it's got to be pitcher for pitcher. But so if they bring in somebody like a Burger, I don't know if they're going to do that, but expect probably Rays or Peraza to be gone. No, it's not clutch. He's just hitting in the minors. It's just production in a couple games, and then he's already had a cortisone shot in his hip. So, unfortunately, clutch is timely. 600 is production. Huh. Would I like clutch DJ? Sure. Parks Harbor. Yeah, I've heard of him. Is that somebody that they want the Yankees to draft? Will he even fall down to 39 is the question. The Yankees picked 39th in the draft. Remember, being over the Cohen threshold twice, they dropped 10 spots. So instead of 29, they're 39 now for their first pick. Undrafted free agent signed from last year. Oh, that's right. That guy, okay. Yeah, I mean, I've heard of him. I just don't know. I don't know much about him, but it's good that he's killing in A plus in high A. That's good. What position does he play? Does he play third base? Parks Harbor? Let's pull him up here. Parks Harbor. He is third base. Okay. He's been 306, 4 homers, 15 ribbies, 4 steals, 951 OPS. That's pretty good. That's good in high A. But the big Miguel has a pass spell. He just signed a big deal with the A's. They're not gonna move him. He got big money from the Oakland A's. Or the Sacramento A's. Yeah, Jazz is gonna miss him. We just have to. We hope that the guys that are gonna replace him are gonna play well. We need them to play well. I liked what I saw from Vivas tonight. He was very patient at the plate. He was aggressive, but he was also smart enough to hold off on pitches. He drew 2 walks, so that's good. I think it's the Vegas A's in 2027, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're in Sacramento this year and next year, or maybe just this year. Maybe it's Vegas next year. But they're not in Vegas yet. But they're not in Oakland either anymore. Which is good because they have about 200 feet of foul ball territory anyway. Well, it's ridiculous. 2027, okay. Yeah, man. And Andujar got big money from the A's. He got big money from them. I mean, who else did they bring in? They also brought in a couple other guys. The A's. Jake Bowers, yeah, I remember him. I remember Bowers. Yep. Yankee for a cup of coffee there. Jake Bowers a couple years ago. Demon D's in the building. What's good, Demon D? Sacco. Sinel's got jokes. Sinel's got jokes. But yeah, I don't think Andujar's gonna. I can't see the A's moving on from Andujar. I can't see them moving on from any of their new big money acquisitions. I can't remember the pitcher that they signed. They signed the pitcher too for some big money. Severino, right? J.D. Davis got picked up by the Angels. Well, no surprise now that Mike Trout's on the IL again with a bruised knee. I think it is. Jay Savina too. Yeah, yeah. Stephen London's in the building. How are you, my man? Fried Severino got 3 years, 67 minutes, right? Fried looks amazing right now. He's 6-0 with a 1.01 ERA. He's just doing everything the Yankees hoped he would do, which is fantastic. Yeah, bone bruise in his knee. Guy just can't stay healthy, unfortunately. He can't catch a break, Mike Trout. He was off to a good start, too. Can't catch a break. J.D. Davis. I'm curious to see now. What are they going to do? Are they going to rotate Vivas and Reyes and Peraza? Like, how are they going to do this? How are they going to do it? Especially if Jazz is going to miss that much time. They're going to have to do something. And my curiosity is, and does this kid, Brian De La Cruz, get an opportunity up here sooner than later? But again, like, Everson Pereira is also killing the ball. But the problem, too, is who are you going to sit? Dominguez, Cody? Like, you're not going to sit Judge, so, you know? Well, Trout's going to be a Hall of Famer, Pennsylvania Transparency. He's going to go to Hall of Fame. Yeah. I mean, he was a patient hitter today. Fundamentally just competent. He held off bad pitches, which is good. And he looked good from the lefty side. I like what I saw. And he was good in the field with his defense. He was good. Yep. Tomorrow, what do we have tomorrow? Do we have the race for 3 games or 4 games? Because then after that, I think we have the Padres, right? So tomorrow, it's a 105 game. And Zach Littell, who's 1-5, versus Clark Schmidt, who's 0-1. Yeah, I mean, Trout and injuries did him dirty, man. Unfortunately, and he didn't abuse his body like Mick did. So, yeah, that's why I'm going to keep an eye out for Jake Burgo, who was optioned today by the Rangers. Righty bat with some serious power, and he's got three arbitration years ahead of him. He's in his final year pre-arb now. He's 26 years old, Jake Burger, or 27, so he's still young, and he bats righty. So, just a name I would keep in the back burner. No. And again, with a guy like that, it probably wouldn't cost a ton. So, if they decide to go with DJ at some point, then they can move on from. But like, they could do stuff. What's up, CWE? What's going on, man? Vivas is probably going to play second, but Peraza can play second. Oswaldo can play second. So, Houston Rockets. Are they playing Golden State? Yeah, Joe Brown. But yeah, we need contact, speed, aggressive base running, and he brings that. Another guy who can help the Yankees Get out of that 19th ranking for stolen bases right now as a team. No. Watch the Warriors sign freaking Giannis Antetokounmpo, whatever his last name is, this offseason or trade for him to go with Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry. Well, leadoff hitter? Not yet, but you never know. You never know. Am I surprised that Tim Bowlesby? I'm like 50-50. They're a tough team, but it's LeBron and Luca, but beyond them, I don't know. I don't know. And there's questions about Luca's conditioning. There's questions about LeBron's toughness. So, yeah, that's a good question. What Wells lead off? I have no idea. I have no idea. And I think Oswaldo is going to get as many opportunities as possible at third base too. Now, Luis he's about a month away. CWA. He hasn't started his rehab yet. He's in his throwing program, but he hasn't started rehab games yet. But if you mean starting his rehab in a week, maybe. Yeah. We will see. We will see. But Luis Hill will give us another opportunity. And like by the time Luis Hill comes back, hopefully Clark Schmidt will be up to speed too. And then hopefully we'll have both of these guys in the rotation. So next offseason, likely CWE. Likely. Yeah, I'm here in mid-June for Hill too. So yeah. And the Mavs did not want to give up on Luca, but they did. Mark Cuban did not want to give up on Luca, but they did. Yeah, I'll watch Knicks Celtics. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough series for the Knicks. That's gonna be a tough series. Well, exactly. Once Cole is back, this rotation is gonna be nasty. Yep. I'm very much looking forward to that. I'm very much looking forward to that. So, see how these guys do this year, and we'll see what they bring in at the deadline. We're still 3 months away from the deadline, so Stanton. I'm also hearing mid-June or late June CWE, but who knows? It could be the All-Star break for all we know. I don't know. Once you start rehab games, then you can actually start the timeline, which he hasn't done yet. Start rehab games, so yeah. If they move Lombard to Double A soon, he would start his clock, and a lot of fans would call him. He's not coming to the majors this year. He has zero chance. Lombard. And that's not a knock on Lombard. It's just it's not going to happen. I can see him coming back. I can see him coming up here next year, though. Yeah. I mean, I've never been a fan of Kyrie Irving, in all honesty. Never been a fan. Yeah, I mean, I think we need Spencer Jones to be promoted, but he needs to be promoted. He needs to spend some time in AAA before we can come up here. He needs that last step of his development to come up here. I mean, he's leading the league right now in home runs over there in power outage. So he could get a late season call up, but he needs to spend time in AAA first. Yeah, I mean, I call for Lombard to go to Double A too, but people are peddling that he should be brought up to the majors right now. He is not ready for the majors. I wish people like did their homework, but they don't, unfortunately. Jones, I pick Jones over Dominguez every day. Alvis. He doesn't. His batting average doesn't need to be impressive. Volpe did not have a lot of bats for Triple A now. Yeah, true. So I mean, there are some people here, and I like the fact that the Yankees have drafted a lot of pitching who they are developing gradually, and it's starting to work their way up through the system, which is good too. So because we need guys beyond Winans and Schlittler to we need Rice and Bryce Cunningham and some of these other guys and to kind of keep progressing. We need Chase Hampton to come back from his injury and come, and some of these other guys too. Carlos Grange and Henry Mullane. Like there's a lot of pitching depth here. So well that's yeah, I mean our double A team is better than our triple A team right now. Buckeyes, yeah, yeah. So I agree with that. But it is a necessary step in a development before they come up to the majors. Because double A to the majors is pretty. I mean, you look at Jackson Holiday, right? He was batting like 700, and then he came up to the majors. He batted like 7, and then he went back down, killed it again, went up to the majors again. He sucked. He needed that extra development, you know. And he was the number one prospect in the whole game. And his brother is projected to be the number one prospect in the next draft. His younger brother, which is crazy. His K rate is slowly coming down, but I would tolerate a high K rate if you're hitting 30 to 40 home runs every year. I'll tolerate that. I mean, look at Adam Dunn. 400 plus home runs. He struck out like 200 times a year. You know, that's right. Yeah, how you doing, Buckeye? Your results? What do we know? Any updates? 17, 48. Yeah, yeah. I just we're watching almost a video game version of Aaron Judge right now. It's incredible. What do you know, Ken? Yeah, his OPS is 985. Yeah, yeah. We have a lot of good prospects, a lot more than people think. That's why that number 28 ranking is very deceptive. Hmm. Oh yeah, no doubt about it. But we need him to continue to, Spencer Jones need to continue to work on stuff. You know, Freed was on fire tonight, Ken. He was on fire. On fire is dealing, man. Straight up dealing. Well, exactly, Stephen B. You have to fire Boone and Cashman. We got to stop this winning. You got to stop this. I read off the rankings where they're at offensively, and it's just you can't have that. And again, these rankings are from 2 days ago. 2 days ago. But you're gonna have to, yeah, I mean, you have to chuck half the team. And you definitely have to fire Cashman and Boone. You can't have this type of stuff. You can't have it. You can't have it. People are saying Fetty. People are saying Pablo Lopez. There's some people saying Alcantara. There's a couple people saying, some other guys too. But we just don't know who's going to be available. And will they be worth trading for at the deadline as well? That's one of the things I think we need to keep an eye on too. No, I'm telling you. Judge is hitting these balls in orbit, Senio. Into freaking orbit. Yeah. Crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Yep, Herring too. We got some good. There's some really good prospects, and hopefully they'll continue to develop. And if they keep continuing to develop, move them up, move them up. Keep moving these guys up, man. Lagrange, yeah, Carr, Rodriguez, Cruz, yeah, a lot of these guys, yeah. Pick exactly. I'm thinking Pennsylvania. I'm thinking once a month we can do something like this. We'd have to narrow it down, like top 5 players in each level of the farm or something like that once a month. Come on, and you can kind of break it down for everybody. We can give the stanch of the state of the farm if that works for you. Clemenza was here earlier. Buckeye. He was in I streamed earlier when Jazz Chisholm was on the aisle. He came on for a little while. I know Clemenza's been pretty busy too, Buckeye. We're kind of missing one of our made men in Texas here, but we got the Twin Towers here, you and Consiglietti. So we got you two heavy hitters here. It makes up for having a couple other guys out. But that's all right. That's what I would probably simplify recaps. And this is the state of the farm this past month. These are the players who have stood out, players to look out for, something like that. I heard that they broadcast the high team. I did hear that, but I don't. I don't have the YES network. I just have the MLB TV app. So, and I don't know if they play it on the app, but I don't really have time during the day. I wish I did. Yeah. I'm not forgetting you from Texas, Sunil. But you're a Cowboys fan. You're in the special category. Right? I mean, you are part of the 3-headed monster from Texas. But you're a Cowboys fan, pickleball. There's a couple knocks against you there. But we still love you, Sunil. We still love you. You see that? My subway, 161. The trains that go there, the zip code, and everything. Yeah. This is true. We got the Terminator NFE in here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, boy. Sunil's shots fired against the Dallas Cowboys. Shots fired. Psh, 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 psh. What are you going to do, Sunil? You going to root for the Houston Texans now? God. Yeah, Lombard is a good-looking prospect. I hope he continues to develop. I hope he finishes this year in Double-A, which I think he should. No, he's on the right track. We need to keep our top offensive players on the right track. Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed too, but Spencer Jones kind of reworked his loading phase. It kind of looks like Ben Rice is now his stance before he swings. So, he's made some adjustments to his swings. And again, he's leading the league in home runs too. You know, dumpster diving Bronx bunters. Oh my God, Stephen B. I do need to get a merch T-shirt with like a dumpster, and just have some players kind of looking out of the dumpster like this. Huh? And you can go over this stuff, transparency project. This is the stuff you can go over, and you come on and break this stuff down for people. But I think a once a month recap will probably be a good idea. And we can just simplify here are the top performers in each level, the guys to look out for, and so on. It could be a good idea. Give us a state of the farm. Be a nice addition to the channel. I think Lombard's our third baseman of the future. I really do. We'll see. Well, we'll see if Goldschmidt comes back too. I like the way he's playing right now. I really do. He's on fire. He's on freaking fire. Talk about a change of scenery doing them some good, man. My goodness. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Arkansas, oh boy. Sunil's got the Scarface stuff. You can add that to it. Transparency and breakout prospect for the month. Yeah, add that to the segment in the same recap video. Mhm. Look out for this prospect. Look out for that prospect. Keep your eyes out on this one, and so on. Like, yeah, and I kind of do that arbitrarily throughout the course of the channel, but it's good to have somebody who breaks it down like you do. There's a couple of good prospects to share. Yeah, Roderick Arias, he needs more time. Yep, he needs more time. Well, I think Buckeye Viva. I think Viva should get most of the reps at second base right now, and Cabrera and Peraza at third right now. That should be. I mean, and then you bump in Reyes on occasion too. You can even alternate Vivas and Reyes at second, and alternate Peraza and Oswaldo at third, or something like that, depending on who they're facing in the lineup on the mound. You know, somebody confused Aaron Judge with Aaron. Oh my goodness. What's next? They're going to confuse him with Blake Griffin. Something like that, Stephen B. I mean, that's probably the easiest way to alternate these guys since you have all four up here right now. You might as well get used to these guys, right? It's probably the easiest way to get guys regular reps without sitting somebody excessively. Because what's the point of you have all four of these guys up here? You can't just sit these half of them or three of them on a regular basis and just play one guy. No. But I mean, Vivas right now, I would give him multiple opportunities. Yeah. Max, my man, what's good, brother? My dude, Max Coverage. Anybody in here that's not subscribed to Max Coverage as well, please make sure you subscribe to Max Coverage. Another outstanding Yankee content creator. Dude, his family. So let's show him some love. Let's support Max Coverage. Yes, indeed, my boy. It is Mad Max. That's right, man. That is right. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic creator. Great insights, great coverage. And that's the type of people we need to be promoting on these channels. Max, Ace, NFE, just great insights, right? I got you, Max. Yes, I did. Yeah. Yes, I did. Well, let's set something up, brother. Yeah, we have to get an idea of what Vivas's strengths are going to be, right? And I think regular play with him. Now that we know that Jazz is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks, this is going to be like a Giancarlo Stanton situation. He was on the 10-day IL for like 6 weeks before they transferred him to the 60-day IL. So, yeah, have a great night, Pennsylvania. Yeah, Hector's doing his thing. He's at Citi Field as a Yankee Stadium. That dude is hustling. He's making it happen. Hector, he's just grinding, man. I love that. I love that. Yeah. What are you saying, Sunil? What are you saying, man? Yeah, MLB level's a different beast. Like, we'll see. Well, I mean, the guy pitching tomorrow has a pretty solid, pretty high ERA, so maybe he'll get an opportunity to hit him tomorrow. And maybe he needed a day like this to kind of get the jitters out. He showed some discipline with those 2 walks, Vivas, and again, he was good in the field as well. So he's off to a good start. He's off to a good start. So, and that was his major league debut tonight. So, welcome to the Yankees, bro. Welcome to the Yankees, Jorvit. Yeah, man. Thank you. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Hector's gonna be the next dude. He's gonna be the next, like, the man. He's getting everywhere. I think oblique injury, and it's funny too because one of the guys that the Yankees are looking into, Munetaka Murakami from Japan, he also has an oblique injury. So I'm curious to see how long he's going to take versus how long Jazz is going to take. Even though Jazz has already said he's starting to feel better, then he was diagnosed with a high-grade strain, which is, unless he's Superman and he recovers right around the corner. So, oh boy. Oh boy, pickleball. Sunil's trying to instigate something here. Devin Williams is pitching with more confidence in the 8th. He's kind of working out his kinks. He just looks more focused. He looks more locked in. He looks more pumped up. So I like what I'm seeing from Devin Williams. And obviously you got Luke Weaver, the dude has ice in his veins, man. He's completely freaking fearless ice. Like, unbelievable. So I like that. And then you get Johnny the Wise Gut back at some point. So you have a 3-headed monster there. So, and then like Clayton Beater's around the corner. So, yeah, I mean, I think Luke Williams needs to just find his way here. Find his way. He probably wasn't ready for the boos he was going to get after blowing a couple saves. He probably wasn't ready for that. But that comes with the territory. I think he'll earn the closer role back. When, I don't know. But Fernando Cruz, I've been singing his praises ever since we traded for him. Jose Trevino. I mean, he to me is our righty long relief guy, and Ryan Yarbrough to me is our lefty long relief guy. And we got to surround these 2 guys with guys like Beater and some of these other guys who can throw long relief. Long relief is an underrated weapon. To me, it's a security blanket, and that helps bridge the starting rotation to the short relief guys. It saves so many people. Long relief, especially if converted starters or something like that, and I think it'd be a good idea. But again, I would encourage them to not overuse these guys, which is why I think this 13 pitcher maximum rule. I wish they would, talk about this in the next CBA and give some flexibility there. Yeah, Cruz is. I think he's averaging like 15 Ks per 9. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I mean, Mark Leiter's striking out like 13 Ks per 9. So, yeah, DJ's looks like he got his cortisone shot in his hip. He got it on Monday. Looks like he's responding well to it. What's he? I know he was in the lineup tonight. He was batting second in front of Spencer Jones today in Double-A. So he's playing Somerset right now. Our bullpen is stacked, and we still have reinforcements coming. We have like 3 or 4 guys still to come. I wish I could say, like Scott Efros I like, but he hasn't been able to stay healthy. So, like, Beater, I think will be fine. Loiziga, I think will be okay. Jake Cousins, another one. So, we got dudes coming back. But the other question is, like, I would love to be a fly on the wall, but I would hate to be Aaron Boone to make those decisions. Like, who are you going to option or DFA to make room for these guys if they're all pitching well? Like, who are you going to move? That's, that was a tough decision to move on from Yoendris Gomez last week for Matzik, but they had to do it. Right? And exactly. The 3-batter rule is kind of well, and when you limit them to 13 pitchers, and then you have the 3-batter rule, it's those in itself, they kind of counter each other. Do I see them trading for another infield? No, at least not right now. And if they do, don't be surprised if it's Arenado, but I maybe not until the deadline. Sunil, I think you might be in trouble, man. You might be in trouble, my man. I had a cousin who was an All-American tennis player at Stanford, and not Stanford. What the hell was he? An All-American tennis player. And even though he embarrassed me every time I played him, I learned some stuff, man. See, I think you might be in a little bit of trouble in the pickleball court with me, Sunil. A little bit, but we'll see. I might be in trouble with you. We'll see. But Sunil's trying to instigate. He's trying to talk trash over here. All right. Not a porn troll. Unless you show up to the courts with a shirt full of dicks, then I'll call you pickleball porn troll. But I'm not sure you would do that. But you never know. But see, I'm in a laughing, but I'm in a good mood because the Yankees won. Max Fried is 6-0. All right, fantastic. It's a good day to celebrate. Anytime the Yankees win, I always feel better, and the people are in a better mood in the chat too. That's always good as well. It's always nice to have everybody in a good mood. We're sad when the Yankees lose. I get it. We're happy when they win. So, I'm happy that they're in first place. Yep. And with reinforcements still to come. So, and we'll see who if they trade for somebody. We'll see if they, Jake Berger was optioned today by the Texas Rangers. He's a power hitting, right-handed hitting, third baseman / first baseman. So, what if they get him instead of Nolan Arenado? I mean, I don't know, but what if they do? They get him on the cheap. He hasn't even started his arbitration years yet. He's 27 years old. He's like 8 years younger than Arenado. Oh. I think I consider. I think he likes the phallic shape of the pickleball paddle. I think you might be onto something, Consigliere. Yeah. Snill's he doesn't want to say it. He likes it. Joe, I think he needs to Austin. I think he needs a little bit of time in AAA before he comes up. That's just my opinion. They could feel completely different for all we know. I don't know. They don't pay me, that's for damn sure. I don't work for them, so. Oh, good Lord, Stephen B. You look like a freaking circus. Well, exactly, Mike. Even in games that they're losing, they're fighting, they're staring in there. They don't look like completely clueless like a lot of the teams of yesteryear have looked. So, torpedo pickleball. Oh boy, Buckeye wants. Yeah. Sunil, can you load up your pickleball paddle? Like torpedo it? I'm working on some stuff, Wink. Yeah, with some MLB players. Trying to get some guys on here. So, those will be like surprises and random stuff. That's definitely not something I want to give up and then have it fall apart and stuff like that. So I'd rather surprise people when I do that. But I am working on trying to get some people on here, Wink. So that's definitely in the works. Playing homes deep in Shitty Field. It's got a nice ring to it, right? Shitty Field. It does. And now are they still winning now? They were down 3-2 in the Cardinals, and then they were up 4-3. Let's see what's going on with the Schmets. Now it's 8-3, the Schmets. Come on, man. What's going on here? Oh, good Lord. Ah, these Mets, man. Rob on Pinstripe Chronicle. Yeah, he knows the prospect. Yeah, yeah. He does know his stuff too. Yeah. Rob, Don, Tats. They got a nice little group over there. Soto, I always knew Soto was gonna be fine. He had 2 home runs yesterday. Not really doing much today, but slowly he'll be fine. Soto. He's that good. He'll be fine. So your mom is gonna be happy with these Mets for a while. Yeah, they flush the can every time a home run's hit. Oh, good Lord. Oh, and they got a bunch of home runs today, so they must be flushing that can quite a bit. Grisham, yeah, well, he's a free agent after this year. Can't say he's a free agent. So off the rails, yeah. Yeah, Grisham. I mean, I think if he keeps playing the way he's playing, he's going to get a nice contract after this year. Grisham, from who I don't know, but he'll get a nice contract. I doubt it'll be with the Yankees because of the guys they have coming up. But I like Trent Grisham. I've always liked him. And that mustache just reminds me of old school Reggie Jackson too. So, hmm Yep, yep, yep. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But let me let you all go again. I'm going on an hour here. I'm gonna go up and get a shower and I'm gonna hit the bed. So I gotta get up this in the morning and get to the gym. Gotta get my workout in. 7 a.m. the gym opens. I'm there bright and early, baby. Gotta get fit. Gotta get diesel. Gotta get into working, man. I don't do the work. I ain't getting better. So I'm adding yeah, 23 career Grand Slams for number 23. Yeah. hmm Thank you, Stephen B. Go enjoy Tombstone. Get that walking in. Yeah, Wink. I'm happy with the Grisham. I'm happy with Grisham, man. Very happy. But have a great night, everybody. Peace and love to all of you. Consigliere, thank you again. You are the best. Grimace first 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and Yankees play the Mets. Keep that in mind. We'll be ready to rock and roll. Let's go, Yankees.